Take it to the, what do you, sorry, I had to,
take us to the, take us to the founder's hideout, and we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready. Touch
Go
the
ahead.
crystal. Yeah. So travel, founder's hideout. There you go.
Traveling in 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can you actually see that, Violent?
Oh, I know, I didn't think you maybe.
Eh?
Oh, wait, you didn't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm still, I'm not sure how this shit fully works.
Are you guys both in the same spot?
Nah, he's, in America, I'm in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Where are you at in America?
He's California.
Oh, California. Oh, I used to live there. I'm up in Washington right now, up above. Yeah.
Washington. Do you get, snow near there?
Here we go. Okay, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh. This is the guy that's searching for, well, it says searching for a lead, city for a lead. That must be your mission.
Yeah, but we'll, see, all of, I don't know how many times I've been in here. Like, seriously, eh?
Dude, wherever you take me. Oh, there's some bad guys. They see us! They see us!
What the fuck? This lady just called me asking if I can repo her fucking husband's car. What the fuck? I told her no, I gotta have a bank order.
Oh, you got a glowing machine gun.
Oh no, it's the hunter's rifle. You know when you that mini boss. You know that one we were talking about? Yeah, when you defeat that, well, this is what it dropped for me.
Oh, okay.
And it only fits on like, is it long range primaries? But this is what it does, here. Oh, I wait for an enemy. Like, I've fired it once and it didn't really look like it did anything. Cause, how do I
got my long gun out. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't look very.
Because this is where that gate was for me. That I couldn't open. That you opened from the other side.
See, my gate's not open on my map. I haven't.
Yeah, and because I come out of a dungeon, and where is it? There's this tree here. This guy, right? When we walked, I was like, "Oh, there's that tree," right? And the guy who was playing with me did this because I was roughly here, right? We just got to here, and then I was like, there's that fucking tree that's glowing that, you know, I could just always make it out on the other side of this. And I thought, oh, maybe there's a person I talk to there. Is that where I find the lead? Right? And then we got here, you and me. I'm the guy who was playing, right? I was looking at the tree and I seen him run up. He got to about here, and then the tree picked him up. Over here. Yeah, the tree picked them up. It did something. I don't know what was going on, bro. And I'm just like, motherfucker. And then it did something. Then it put him down again. And then the tree, it stopped glowing. So, I mean, you know, this is my world, and like, I finally fucking, you know, I defeated that boss. He didn't even help me, man. But like I said, it was fluke, luck, how we got that. And then, yeah, I don't know what happens here, man. I haven't looked it up on YouTube. I'm a bit like, did I miss, Do I get, like, do you get a power, or does it extend, what does it do, what happens, what is this, why did the tree pick him up, what was going on? I bet you the tree was talking to him. And now it's nothing for me, eh? It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, anyway, yeah, you come out of a dungeon, Maverick, and then you come here, and then boom. So hopefully, like, whatever, if we ever get to that point, and this tree's glowing for you in your world, right, and if I am with you, hey, at least you know.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
You tell me what this fucking tree does, okay? In your world, that tree, no, because it's glowing. This tree's glowing in your world. See, the white bits, they're like almost red, like it's glowing red. And then it picked them up, I don't know what happens, and then it put them down and the tree's not glowing anymore. You know, it's like, it did something to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you want to go outside the gate? Do you want to go outside the gate and go through that dungeon again, maybe?
If you want, because that's all I'm doing. I've been doing it for a while now. I'm just doing all that over and over and over. Like, I'm trying to upgrade everything I've got here. I've bought all the guns. I think I've got all the mods you can get from, you know, that chick.
Right.
Right, I've done that. Now I want to upgrade all that and the armor and everything, and then I want to try to take that final thing on at the church.
Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to search for this mysterious lead
here
somewhere?
Yeah, I haven't looked it up on YouTube. That's all it says, find the lead in the city. But like, yeah, if you come out of Fairview, like, I've always done it right, okay, I'll go back to doing it from the absolute beginning then. So I won't cut through here, I'll treat that like it's locked, and I'll come through here, do these enemies, get into the first dungeon, and then do that bit, come out, and then, you know, go into the next one. Now what the fuck does that need to do? I shot that fucking thing and I don't know what it does. Oh, here, I've got heaps of these, you pick these up, eh? Maverick, make sure you pick these up, eh? These, and those crystals. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of these. He's a big boy. There's some scratch this way. Yeah, and that scrap over here. Because if I take that, you can't get it, you know what I mean? That's what sucks. It should be like Warframe. Hey. Every loot that's on the ground, everyone gets.
Reloading! Come on out here, bad guy.
Oh, is there another one in there? Oh.
I'll follow you since you know where you're going.
There's no use trying to loot these buildings, sorry Maverick, because I've done that. That's what sucks, say, like the loot doesn't regenerate.
Respawn.
Yeah, respawn, yeah, it's not like that.
Okay.
only the only loot you get from the enemies. See here, get this scrap too. Maverick, yeah. Yeah, up here. Did you get that, you know, like there's like a, what would have been an alleyway. There's you know, the purple tomb books that, give you trait points. Did you find the one down the alleyway? It's like, picture this, but like narrower, you know, like a little fucking alleyway. There's a book right at the end of it, eh? Like this, but you can't go through it because of the rocks. But oh, nice, I missed that one. And that teleport, even when they die, you know how it makes a similar sound? Sometimes I think that's one that's teleported behind me, and it like creeps me out a bit.
There's some long gun.
Oh shit.
Long gun ammo. Over here, long gun ammo.
Oh. Thank you. I've got 6. Oh. No, I can't share them, mate. I was thinking of Breakpoint or something where I could put them on the ground, or Call of Duty or whatever, the Battlefield and shit. Hey, I can drop an ammo crate so you can get more ammo.
Yeah, I've never been on this side of that.
Yeah, this is that wall I was talking about, eh? You can either go in the building here, or you can jump across here. The only reason I went in the building was for the loot, and then you go across up.
You're coming out the door.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Is it this one you go across?
Oh, you're scrap.
Oh no. It's gonna cut off. And my first dungeon entrance is just up past this truck here.
Well, there's your dungeon entrance.
But like, you know, all the way to this point, I don't know how many times I've gone through this area and then this dungeon, and then when you exit out, I've gone all through that area, you know, every building that lets you go into it and shit, and I've not come across a person I talk to, or am I meant to find like another card or read something on a computer screen or a clipboard?
Do a quick Google search. Where do you find the lead to the city? And maybe somebody will be able to point us where the hell it's at.
But
if it's not down there, I mean,
I don't know, because like, what do you said that you spoke to someone who gave you what something, and who was sick. I've not come across a sick person. Like, I don't. What the hell?
In the regular, on the outside of the gate, while it's locked, there's 2 dungeons out there.
Yeah.
One of them will have at least with both the characters I've got, one of them's got a person. When you go down in the hole, there's a person coughing who's sick, some lady, and she's like, "Oh, I'm dying. Here, take my key, but watch out, there's booby traps everywhere." And she gives you a key. So you go through that dungeon, and at the end,
I haven't done that one.
Things. I think that might have been where I picked up the machine gun. I'm not sure. But I went through that one, and then the other dungeon is the one that takes you to the boss.
Okay, I haven't done that.
And that's as far as
dungeon.
And that's as far as I could get. I looked everywhere for the entrance to the subway. On the outside of the gate, I looked everywhere for the entrance to that damn subway.
So, is the gate not open on your one?
On my maps, the gate is not open. I have not made it to this side of the gate.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get to this side of the gate.
What I found on YouTube was pretty much, you know, when you get like leave the founders thing and you enter the city, you do that, go into the first dungeon, you do that, and like to get to that gate, it's like you gotta go through that dungeon, and then like you sort of know how it's marked on the map, like you gotta roughly make your way there, but you need to go through the dungeons to do it. And I think I went through I went through the first one, and then I come out, and I went through one, come out, and then all of a sudden I was quickly back at that, what do you call it, the Ward 13 shit. So I did another one again, and then I actually listened to what the YouTuber said, and that's how I found the second dungeon. But I don't remember coming across a sick person anywhere. But that's how I made my way. I sort of tried to keep a focus on where it was before I entered the dungeon, and I come out, and then I'd see where it was on the world map and follow it again, and I exited the dungeon and boom.
The thing is randomly generated.
Yeah.
So every time you do a character, it randomly generates a map.
Yeah.
Specific for your character. So even though you never ran into a sick person, you probably were in the same dungeon I was in.
It just wasn't there.
Just wasn't there, yeah.
That's why maybe when I re-roll, because that's probably a part, because your world's different to mine, mine's...
Yeah, if you re-roll the whole world, you might run into her.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But I'm only going to do it after I defeat this. I think it's the last boss. Okay, so I was just getting a drink of water.
I was just telling my pit bull to scoot over.
Yeah, and that's maybe...
That's okay, buddy. Lay down. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
It'd be cool if every building you could go into, and if you had like a grappling hook maybe, you know, I'm not saying like all that. Yeah. Yeah, and then you had one in your room, boom, it'll be us three.
Did you find anybody that could tell us where that lead is?
No, I can't find my phone.
California, you got something?
I think I was charging it too, because it was flat from work.
Oh, was that them?
I was just wondering if you had a phone or something you could do a quick Google search on where to find the lead to the city.
And ring
dude, even if I could, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. I don't even have the game.
You got
hang on.
Just do a Google search where to find the lead in the city.
I'll do it now.
And it'll bring you up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, hang on, I'm online now. I'll just exit there. Right, bam. I'll do it through Chrome, eh? Fuck, man. Oh, look, my character's itching to go. I think he had a line of fucking some angel dust. So, I'll just say where, yeah, where to find the lead and.
Alright, well, it looks like this guy's going upstairs from this orange crystal thing. Now he's going to a room. What the fuck? Oh shit, he's outside now.
In the city?
Yeah, in the city.
Oh yeah, they would have been the founders.
So he was in the room with the orange, like diamond looking thing?
Yep.
And then he pressed his hands on it. And then walked away from it, and then went upstairs. And then came outside.
Yeah, that's the founder's room.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, now he's walking like from that point where he went outside, he just went straight, followed some roads, and at the end of that road, he just this path to the left.
I'm looking at one. The one you're looking at was the guy in like fast motion for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It sounds like that.
Okay, he's going really fast, like he's on speed dial or something. He's running towards, or he's running through a building. Man,
no, it's
he's going
AI, like enemies, like we players against the game.
Oh, he's at the dungeon where we're at right now. He's looking at that hole.
Like that.
Yeah, the hole in the ground.
Oh, aye. Exactly where we are.
Yeah. It shows him going down into the hole because he pulled up a map of it.
Shit.
Hang on, I'll keep watching and see what he does. He goes down the hole.
So this is like the first dungeon.
The dungeon. He's not running into any monsters. How's he doing that?
Yeah, because I think that maybe the more you do it without re-rolling, right? I think the enemies thin out. You know what I mean? Like compared to the very first time you go into the first dungeon, right? It's like fuck. Like honestly, it's like it's a fight. But I've found, because I'm like grinding it more and more, that it's becoming faster, but the enemies are not as numerous. It's not as maybe.
He went through. According to what I've seen so far, he goes through this dungeon all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Goes through the door, the lit up doorway at the end.
Yeah.
And it spits him out to some stairs going down.
Is he still in the dungeon? Hey.
He went all the way through the dungeon we're looking at right now. He goes all the way through it to the other end to a white, lit up door. He goes through that. He comes out in another room with stairs going down, and he runs down the stairs.
These are for your phone.
That's where I'm at so far. I'm watching it right
my
now.
headset's
So he goes down the stairs. It looks like he's going. He went through a room to another lit up door. It says search.
See, this is black.
Dungeon 2. Now with my way to Dungeon 3.
I've only just noticed that. Look at his coat. That's not.
It's a Night Stalker
What?
coat.
How the hell did you get that? Fuck, that looks cool.
I don't know. I picked it up in one of the
What?
dungeon things.
I.
Let me see. It's called. Let me see. It's called the Night Stalker trench coat.
Oh man, I just thought it was like the Hunter's one, and then I looked at your character and I'm like, nah, hang on a minute, and then I was like, oh my god, that's like, it's black. What the fuck coat's that? I like it. Oh, that's cool.
When I was running around with this guy.
Oh man.
It's called the Knights. I haven't found the breeches to match it, but I found this
Ooh.
jacket anyway.
Wonder if it's got like a hood like this or something there.
Well,
because they're three-piece armors, eh?
It looks like we got to go through this dungeon all the way to the other side.
Yeah.
And out the door at the other end.
All right.
4, 3, 2, here we go.
Well, hopefully this does it for you too, eh? With that find the lead shit.
Yeah, me too.
Cause
at least I'll know how to get to it with my zealot guy. My hunter guy is looking for the doggone subway entrance.
Yeah, well, we can do that too.
This will at least tell me where, you know. Of course, I gotta get through the gate though.
You know, we can do that subway one too, because I honestly got it by just doing this, just going through the dungeon.
Are you gonna smell?
And then I went down into one, and then I was in the subway, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not in the sewers. Remnant from the ashes. Nice.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that cloud. Oh wow! So your rifle turned into a machine gun. That's pretty cool.
Oh no, this is my the submachine gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, because I quite like it. Hey. Just not the range. It's not made for range. When you can't see them. Oh! He ran up behind you. I got him. I just missed him. He just ran past me. And I was like, oh shit, he's going for you, Eva. Yeah. Do you need that, do you need that too?
Do you need that ammo?
Do you? Oh, you can't, yeah.
No.
Alright. Yeah, you take all the loot, okay? Because, like, I don't know how many times I've just dungeon crawled, hey, you know what I mean? Look, there's some scrap here for you too, Maverick. Over here.
Video, through this opening.
Yeah, I just took out one of those big ones, and I don't even know what you call those little.
The big fat pink ones?
Yeah, the ones that explode, and then you know you got the little round ones who like run at you. I don't even know what you call these things. There's one YouTuber, you know, the big ones that explode. He was calling them what is it? The heart beasts or heart men. Because it's like I sort of see it, eh? The shape sort of like a weird heart. Oh. You know when you hear that noise, eh? There's like an elite. Oh, it's that bladed one.
Oh shit.
Hang on. I'm pushing the wrong button there. Yeah, I'll try open them up for swings. And you just, you nail them. There we go. Take that shit there, man.
That's cool, you can't fight two people at once.
Hey, it's like when I still get disheartened when it's just slowly coming at you and it's blocking and you're just seeing and hearing every single bullet bounce off. Hey, it's like, ooh, you cunt.
Yo, Megadeth, that's what I just did.
Pardon?
I just saw something.
Did you see?
So I was going to the PlayStation store, man, and I was like,
That looks pretty cool.
fuck, you know, I gotta get into the story or breakpoint, and I was like, I might as well just buy the fucking whole game.
Did you?
And the gold edition is $20.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What did you say, like the gold?
Basic.
Oh, that's what they've done that thing, yeah. And they skinned it. You're better off getting the one that, I can't remember the YouTuber said. Well, if you can get that for $20, damn.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Damn. That is
the Ultimate Edition, I'm not fucking buying. It's $120. Fuck that.
Yeah, that was the other one I was thinking of, the Ultimate.
The regular one, just the basic game, just straightforward fucking
Yeah,
game
but,
itself.
yeah, and you still get
$59.99.
some, wasn't it, some season pass shit? But with the what was it, the Ultimate, you know, the most expensive, that's like everything.
Yeah. I'm not buying on it. No.
Yeah, because, get this, I found out last night that in Breakpoint, the Operation Motherland, that's coming very soon, and they've got this new Conquest mode, and it's like regions, you know what I mean? So you got to go through and clear regions, and it's going to give the game even more playability, and it's looking and sounding like, you know how I play it without the drones? It's looking like that, but like it's a whole new Conquest fucking thing. With the Russians, and like, you can turn, what it'll be is you'll be able to turn off the, what do you call it, you know, the wolves and all those enemies, and have the Russian enemies on. The map will be filled with them, instead of wolves, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, your friend seemed pretty cool.
Why is he gone?
Yeah, he's been lagged out. It says he had net type issues, and then...
Oh no, he's cool. I met him in World of Warships. Yeah, he's older bro.
Yeah, he's like, hey, California, can you Google that for us?
He lived there. But he said he lived there and he moved up to, Washington State?
Yeah, it's up north.
But he said he lived in, or was he from California?
I believe it's on top of Oregon.
Yeah, but he's an older bloke. He's my PlayStation equivalent of my Xbox 360 mate from, get this, World of Tanks. His gamer tag was Tank something. He was Canadian. He was fucking, hang on, how old was he? He was like early 60s, eh? Early 60s. Late 50s, early 60s. No shit, Tank. And Mad Maverick is, you know, he's not that old, okay? Don't get me wrong. But he's one of my oldest mates, you know? He's not a young fucking whippersnapper, smart little, you know what I mean? He's an older bloke, he's cool. I met him on World of Warships, you know?
Yeah, to be honest, I prefer to have older friends and younger guys. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
They just talk shit, you know what I mean? That's all I want, just talk shit.
Yeah. But like, yeah, no, and Maverick, get this, Maverick, you know how he's got his shit through the speakers, right?
Yeah,
right? Tank was exactly the same. So get this, you're playing World of Tanks, right? This is on the 360, we're all in the party, we're all platooned up, Tanks in his big arty, right, covering us all, right, and we're trying to, you know, a lot of the times, like, when we know, we would, like, anyway, I don't want to, but, like, you'd hear through the party, because, you know, Tank's got the main sound system set up, and when he'd shoot, right, he's like, right, I'm firing now, guys. He goes, make sure you get into cover, because, like, we could still take some damage from being too close to the artillery round, right? And then you'd hear through his speakers, bro, like, you know, like an artillery gun, whether it be an American, a Russian, a German, anything from World War II, but like the big, I mean, like we'll say a Tier 9 or a Tier 10 artillery, which are the biggest, right? And like the sound, like boom, boom. And then in our games, you'll be like, you'd hear them fire, and you're like, holy fuck, because like it was like it sounded mean, bro. And then all of a sudden in your game, you just boom, boom. Oh no, it'd be one round, so you just see boom. And whatever tank had you, like, you know, like that was fucking you up, gone. If he didn't one-shot it, you'd see its health bar go boom, almost dead. Like, any one of us, just shoot that motherfucker, he's dead. Boom. You know, we'll get the kill. But like, old tank, in the arties, bro, that fuck. And just hearing it through the speakers, or when he'd decide, nah, you know, I want to have some fun. I'm sick of being at the back, you know, like protecting, you know, so he'd get in a tank or a tank destroyer and then roll with us, and like just hearing him shoot, like he might be in a T10 tank, so it's like, and you'd hear just fuck. And playing with Maverick and World of Warships, when that cunt shoots the main guns on the ship, it's the same thing. It's like, oh my god, that sounds mean. And then I'm thinking, fuck, nah, honestly, like in that game, you can turn, like, I'd have no music, I'd have certain sound effects, right? So it sounds like you're on the ocean, you can hear the breeze, the humming of your ship, other ships, some cunt spamming his, you know, his horn, the brrrr. And then, but when you shoot, it'd be like, because it sounds mean, just through a TV. But through a setup like what Maverick's got, that sound, and some ships, when they shoot their main guns, they sound way better than others. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Scharnhorst, it's a Tier 6 fucking, it's in the battleship class, although in World War II it's what you call a battle cruiser. It's like a battleship that's made for cruiser class, but it's guns, they're not like full-on battleship guns, it's got weak guns, but when you shoot them, the sound, like, I'll turn my TV up, it sounds, I'm like, fuck that, like, I love the ship for what it is, but just for the sound of the guns, bro, when I shoot it, and I'm like, ooh, and like when me and Maverick have been those ships, and I can hear it through the speakers, I could only imagine what it would be like to sit there, because Tank would say sometimes he'd have it, right, when he'd shoot his gun, he'd feel the vibrations through the speakers, you know, when he'd shoot, you could feel the sound waves. I was like, oh, and he's like, it's an experience, yeah, so I was like, imagine battle, like World of Warships, shooting, just say you got the perfect shot, all guns, you've gone vulnerable, opened up your fucking side, but all guns on this one target, and then it's just boom, 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 and you nail the cunt, like just that sound, like, oh, and to feel the vibrations, how Tank would say, like Maverick doesn't have it that loud, but like Tank, because he lived out in the fucking, you know, he wasn't like in an urban area, you know, built up, like, okay, picture, like, what do you guys call it? We call it, you guys call it the suburbs, you know, you got a suburb, right, and you got like a little town with a little fucking shopping centre and shit. Tank lived just like, you know, in the outskirts, outside that town, like he's still in the territory, you know, but like you got your main town here and he lives out there in what, you know, you'd call like, it's a bit rural, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just like a smaller city outside the main city.
So like, yeah, he could, like, honestly, man, just hearing it through the mic, it sounded mean. Sometimes when I'm playing with Maverick, I'm like, fuck, that sounds mean. And I'm like, I'd love to have that. I want that violent, just for all games. Like, even just say, if I had that set up when we were back in GTA, bro. Hey, back in GTA even. You know, you're going through the speakers and like, and the sound of your bike, bro. Or doing what you doing, the crew cunt. Oh no, that boom, boom. Bro, this cunt, bro, we'll be playing the crew. He'll go, we'll jump in, I'll just say, guys, we'll jump in the Bugattis. So I'll jump in mine, boom. And then he'll jump in his, and then he'll go to start it, right? And in the game, mate, you can hear the ignition, you can hear the car go, woo, and you can do this, bro. You can, like, gently tap this, and it'll go, woo, So you can sit there and go, woo, 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 woo. Yeah, no shit, and he'll start doing it, and he was like, oh no, and I'm like, what's up? And he's like, my car, man. He goes, what? He's like, bro, listen. He goes, she won't start. And I'm like, nah, you probably flooded it, you're flooding it, hey. But you can do that then, or this can't, like when you go to manual, so you're changing the gears, he'll do it so that, and then oh my car, bro, it's over, and he'll pull over and it's, what the fuck, cunt, hey. See, and if you were playing with us because you were the mechanic, you'd be, oh god, you'd pull over, you'd want a tow truck in the game. I could so see you doing that. I'm amazed you haven't asked for that Violent. Because his job, he's a tow truck dude, bro. Hey. But you're the mechanic. So if Violent was doing that, you'd be like, yeah, hang on, bro. So you'd park your car up, you come up and park. Hey, but you can't exit in the game, the crew. You can't exit, but you'd pretend that you've parked up, you've got it, hang on, I just got to go to the boot, get my tools, hey, and then hang on, bro. And then we'll be talking about it, and then you'll just randomly like, try it now! And then, oh, no, hang on. Hey, that's what he does, though. Or we'll be driving, everything's fine, and then he's like, guys, wait up, and you're like, what? And then he's sort of like quite a bit back, and it's like, what's wrong? Is all my car's overheated, or what was that? No, did you say it overheated or something? Or you tight? Yeah, no, you said something.
My transmission stuck on first gear.
Yeah, his transmission was stuck on first. But you were manual, you just keeping it. Hey, because I come up and you see, listen. He goes, right, this is park, hey. Or neutral, and I put it in first, and he goes, so I can't, just exit out, that's cool, bro. But if only you could exit the car, and walk around like GTA.
Yeah, it'd be cool, even if they didn't give us guns, it'd be cool.
No, you don't need guns, like, just to get out, and like, so like if you do a car meet in the crew, hey, like you'll park up in a car park or whatever, some space, and then you get out, and sort of, you know how you do it when you go to buy a car, at the headquarters, like that.
Yeah.
You don't need guns or anything, any fancy actions. Maybe like Warframe when you can wave and hello, do a little dance, whatever the fuck, but like, no, because it would be cool in the crew, because then you could park up, and then you could have like your car set up on like an outlook up in the mountains somewhere, right? And you might have timed it so it's sunset or it's dawn, sunrise. Hey, and then you got your three main cars, whatever they are, and then your three characters standing outside there, and then one of you has done the photo. Like, one goes into photo mode, boom. Hey, so it's like you've got your cars with your characters, whatever look you're rocking, who cares, hey? But like we're saying for car meets, because what you do for a car meet in the game, Dan, you drive your car to whatever location, you all park up, but then you just sitting there. So you got like, there might be 4 or 5 people here, bro, but you can't get your character out and walk around. Yeah. And like, ooh, look at this guy. You got to drive your car to this car. So could you imagine a car meet where cunts park up and then other cunts are joining, but because you can't get out and you want to look at this cunt's car, you're like, fuck! So it's like the only way to do it is to drive, and then you got a car meet where you're trying to look at people, the crew, remember the racing one? It's an open world game then. You can okay, are you still watching this fucking whatever this is what my son did to me. I'm still on this fucking on air shit. Anyway,
you cancelled it.